Good morning and welcome to yet another edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dithmini De Silva.
Newsfirst headline.
Election Commission prepares presidential election ballot paper. Police crack down on illegal election campaign material. Over 400 complaints ahead of presidential poll. In news overseas, Ukraine sets up military office inside Russia. And in cricket, Sri Lanka face fight to save game in only tour match before England tests. The news in detail. The National Election Commission says the ballot paper for the upcoming presidential election will be handed over to the government press today. Chairman RMAL Ratnayaka confirmed that preparations are well underway to ensure a smooth process. This year, a total of 39 candidates are vying for the presidency, making it a highly competitive election. 35 candidates contested the last presidential election in 2019. This marks a significant milestone in the nation's electoral history. More than 17 million Sri Lankans are eligible to vote in the election, scheduled for the 21st of September. Ratnayak also mentioned that the ballot paper for this year's election will be slightly longer compared to the one used in the 2019 presidential election. Details regarding the exact size and cost of the ballot paper will be disclosed soon. In more local news, Sri Lanka police have hired workers to remove illegal posters, cutouts, banners and other campaign material related to the upcoming presidential election. Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Police Election Bureau, Asanka Karavita, stated that police stations have been allocated in 3 phases to manage this task. Each of the 90 headquarters police stations has been assigned 4 workers, while other police stations have employed 3 workers each for this purpose. In related news, the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka reported that Deputy Inspector General Karavita was summoned for a discussion regarding election duties. Commissioner Nimal Punchhewa noted that the meeting involved an extensive discussion on the guidelines issued to police officers during the election period. In other local news, following the submission of nominations for the upcoming presidential election, the Election Commission has received 3 complaints regarding election propaganda. These recent complaints add to a total of 437 complaints reported to the Election Commission since the presidential election was first announced.
International news.
Ukraine has set up a military administrative office in Russia's western Kursk region, where its surprise incursion into Russian territory continues, according to its top military commander. General Alexander Syrsky says the office would maintain law and order and meet the immediate needs of the population in the area. In a video posted on social media, General Syrsky is seen telling a meeting chaired by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that the office has been created on the territories controlled by Ukraine.
Sports news.
In their only tour match ahead of their 3-match test series in England, Sri Lanka face a fight to save the game after conceding a heavy first innings deficit to an inexperienced Lions team in Worcester. Sri Lanka were bowled out for 139 in just 43.5 overs on Wednesday, with no batter reaching 30 and Gloucestershire Zaman Akhtar taking 5 for 32, the second 5-wicket haul of this first-class encounter. Lions took a 6-run lead heading into the second day after losing 4 wickets on the first evening, 3 of them to Prabhat Jasurya's left-arm spin. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dithmini De Silva.